Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. For this video I'm going to show you guys how to make this really cool ring. I love it so much. It's very easy to make. It's a small ring. It sits low on the finger so you're not going to be bumping into things with it. And it's super comfortable. I just love it so much. And the whole thing about this ring is this bead right here. This bead is so cool. So I got this from the dollar bead box. It's a 12mm 2-hole bead. It's kind of like a Czech preciosa candy bead because it's domed on the top and it's flat on the bottom, which makes me think that we could make a ring with just like this, but with the preciosa candy beads. Now the candy beads are smaller. I think they're 8 or 10mm. I have some in my stash, but I forgot if it's 8 or 10mm. Anyways, I got this bead. I'm going to zoom out, from the dollar bead box, and it's October's box. Now here's the thing, I'm actually filming this October 31st on Halloween day. Anyways, right here's the bead. 12mm Czech glass 2-hole laser etch tabular coin bead. There's 2 of them. Now you can't get this box anymore because it's October's box, but you can go onto the dollar bead box and just buy it directly off their site, and it's going to cost you $1, so it's 50 cents a bead. Now here's the thing, in order to get these beads, if you go to their site, you have to either be a dollar bead box member or a subscriber. So I think the plan is, if you subscribe, now you have to check this yourself because it's been some time since I've done this and I have so many subscriptions that I get beads from. So anyways, I think their plan is, if you're subscribed for 3 months, you get a dollar bead box membership, which allows you to go onto their site and buy anything you want for $1 each. And guys, they really do have the best prices on Czech fire polish beads there, and a lot of other things, drugs. And if you want to build up your bead stash and you want to save money, dollar bead box really is the way to go. I feel like I have grown my bead selection because of the dollar bead box, especially the Czech fire polish beads in the 3 and 4mm sizes, which I use all the time, especially for bead weaving projects. So anyways, if you subscribe to the dollar bead box for, I think it's 3 months, you can get a box for 3 months and you become a member. Or if you're one of those people that don't like to get bead subscriptions because you're either not going to use everything that's in the box, or you're probably not going to like everything in the box. Me, I really do love everything that comes in the box. I'm not lying, I'm serious. Because I design jewelry, I use all different kinds of materials to make jewelry, and I keep an open mind when I design jewelry of different possibilities. So anyways, with the dollar bead box membership, you're buying the membership, you're not getting a subscription, okay? They have different options, you have to check into this. So if you just buy a membership, you are being allowed to go to the store and buy anything you want for $1 each. So you have to check into this. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to make this ring. It's really cool. Now if you do have the preciosa candy beads and you want to make a ring with them, I think it can be done. But instead of using 4mm beads to surround the candy bead, you're probably going to have to use 3mm beads, like Drux or some kind of a round bead. If you don't have that, maybe you can use 8 seed beads to surround the candy bead. And then for the top, instead of using 11 seed beads to bezel it, you're probably going to want to do 15 seed beads. Okay, so that's just an idea for you there. Let's go ahead and make this ring. It's going to be a blast. So here's a list of materials you will need to make this ring, and it's very little materials, by the way. You will need to cut 3 feet of 8-pound monofilament. Now I tried using 10-pound monofilament for this and it was too thick, so 8-pound is the best. And I am coating the ends of my monofilament with permanent marker. One is red and one is black. Now a lot of you have told me to use nail polish instead of the permanent marker because the permanent marker wears off over time. But I have noticed that for certain projects I can't use the nail polish because it will make my monofilament thicker at the end. So for this project I need my monofilament to be thin, and so I'm using the permanent marker because it does not make my monofilament thicker. Hope that makes sense to you guys. You're also going to need the 12mm Czech 2-hole tabular coin bead. And by the way, you can get this bead at other places. It is not just exclusively on the dollar bead box. I'm sure you can find this all over the internet, and maybe even at craft stores. And this here is the 4mm round beads that I got from the dollar bead box. This is glass etched. They're really cool and they look great with this. But you're going to need 12 of these, and they don't have to be the same bead, by the way. You can use any 4mm round bead. I do think that these are Czech though. And you're going to need 11 seed beads in 2 colors. Now I have my beads sitting out here for the top of my ring, and after I do the top I will then do the base. So I'm actually using this transparent iris purple here for my ring band. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by picking up, this is the 2 needle weaving technique by the way that I'm doing. I'm going to start by picking up one 4mm bead, slide that down, and then I'm going to take my 2-hole coin bead here, and I'm going to pass my monofilament through it, and I'm going to pass one string through each side like this. Okay, I'm going to put my ends together, make sure that they are even so we don't run out of string on one side, and pull this down and see how this looks, just like that. Okay, this is the center of our string, and I'm going to pick up another round bead, and I'm going to crisscross through this. Bring it down. Straighten it out. Okay, now I have this. So I'm going to turn it around like this for you guys. And I'm going to pick up, I think it's 5, right? Yeah, 5. This is a total of 12 beads. So I'm going to pick up 5 beads on each string and let them fall. Okay, I got 5 on that side, and now I have 5 on this side. Oops. Okay, I'm going to zoom in some because I am a little far away. Alright, now what I'm going to do is take both strings, I'm going to do one at a time, and pass through this bead. Try not to twist my string. Pass through the bead here on the other side, just like this. Okay, hold that down. See that? I just went around there. Then I'm going to take my other string, which is my black one, and I'm going to do the same thing. Pass through this bead, just the bead on the top. I am not left-handed at all. I can't even write my name with my left hand. It's really bad. I try to do it though, just to make myself laugh because it's funny to watch me struggle. Alright. There we go. So see, it kind of looks weird right now. The bead's not wanting to lay flat. It's like lopsided. But once we surround it with the seed beads, that's what makes it look awesome. So see, sometimes I have this here, which kind of looks like an accident, and I'm not going to get anything out of this. But if you keep going, you'll find a way to make it work. Okay. So I'm going to do, well, I have to do both of them together first. So I'm going to pick up 3 11 seed beads. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to take my other string and crisscross through this bead. So the 3 beads. I said bead, I meant 3. Like that. Bring this down. And by the way, this ring to me, it kind of looks like an evil eye ring. Now I know it's different from regular evil eyes, but it looks like a dragon eye, or I think actually more of a sea serpent eye, because it is a snail or nautilus shell. It kind of has a serpent sea creature look to me. So I'm thinking about calling this Sea Serpent Beaded Ring Tutorial. I don't know. I'll see, but that's what it makes me think of. So this is going to be laying over like that. Okay. So I'm going to go to the right side and I'm going to work on this side. So I just picked up 3 seed beads. Now I'm going to do 2. And I'm going to be altering between picking up 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2. I did do 3 all the way around, and I did 2 all the way around, and I did not get the effect that I wanted, so I have to do it like this. It's going to seem strange at first, but you'll see what I mean. It encases the bead in the center better. Okay, picking up 2 beads, sliding them down. This ring is actually similar to a couple other rings that I've made in the past with a 1-hole bead, and I always go back and talk about that ring. It's like my skull ring and another one I did. Okay, so I'm taking the string and I'm passing through this bead here going in this direction. I have to wiggle through. Now, I did not try making this with monofilament because I kind of felt like I needed this design to be stiff and dimensional, and you can't really get that with a thread. You get that kind of result with a stiff monofilament. Okay, so pulling this up, the beads stack like that. Then I'm going to take my string and I'm going to pass through these 2 seed beads that I just added. Okay, and then there's a gap right there, so I take my nails and I go like this and I scoot those beads down. Okay, I'm going to hold this in place and I'm going to pick up 3 beads now because we just did 2. 3 seed beads. Slide it down. I'm going to go through this bead here, the next one now. So I'm still working with the same string. I'm working with the black one. It's on the right side. You will have to use your nails to push the beads to the side in order to pass through. Okay, so I just pulled those down. They're right there. Now I have to turn this and pass through all 3 of these beads. Oh, come on, go through. This is 8-pound monofilament we're working with, so because of that, it's thinner and it's not as stiff, which makes the stiffness makes it easier to work with. Okay, again, push those seed beads down. I did 3 and now I have to do 2. Maybe I should zoom back out again. Just get right there. Okay, picking up 2. So once I do this side, I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. I just picked up 2. I have to go through this bead now. You might need tweezers to do this. There we go. I didn't use them last night when I made it, but sometimes projects like this with monofilament, you will need tweezers. Okay, now I have to pass back through these 2 beads. So this is kind of the square stitch that we're doing around this bead, which is what I've done before in my skull ring. Again, pull this down. I'm going to pull this one down too, make sure that's tight because sometimes the other string likes to get loose on me. This is what I have so far. So right there is the center bead because I could see my 2 strings coming out of the purple bead. I just did 2 seed beads and now I have to do 3. Slide them down. And now I have to go through this truck. And then through the 3 seed beads again. And pull that down. Okay, am I there yet? I'm almost there. I have one more to do. So, you guys might have noticed that I have a new background. That is because my bead mat, the blue bead mat that I've used for years, is falling apart. It's separating on me. So I ended up ordering a new bead tray, but it's not a regular bead tray. It's really different. Actually, I think a lot of you might have never seen this new bead tray board thing before. It's really cool. And it's not one of those bead on it boards. It's different. So I slid my 2 beads down, and now I'm going to pass it them. Anyways, I've been thinking about doing a video, a Beadventurous video, where I show you guys all of the different bead boards, trays, projects in progress, storage containers that I use. And I thought it would be a really cool Beadventurous video. So let me know what you think about that. And if you want to see the video, I'll film it. Okay, so looking in here, see there's a string there and a string there. This is my center bead, so I came straight across now. So now I have to do this side, and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to have to hold it like this and do it. I have 3 beads here. You can tell how many you did last, because if you look, you can see your string. So there's a string here and there, and there's 3 beads. So now I have to do 2. Slide these down. They're going to be stacked on top of this bead, so I have to pass through this one. I'm using the red string, and careful that you don't go under another string, because I almost went under that one, and if I did and pulled it up, I would have my piece get warped on me. It would not lay right. Okay, I just pulled the two beads down. Now I'm going to pass the 2 and slide them down like this, pulling it tight. And now I have to do 3. Slide them down. I'm going to go through this bead right here. Okay, then I have to pass through these 3 seed beads again. By the way, I was also thinking making this ring. In my bead stash, I have these 2, they're square, they're 2-hole beads, they're square, but they're shaped like a pyramid. I think they're called pyramid beads, I don't know. But I want to say they're 12mm, and I think I got them from the dollar bead box. But I was thinking, I might also be able to make a ring with those using this same exact technique. So if you have those in your stash, it would be a really good idea to try it and see if it works. Or if you have any other 2-hole beads in your stash that are big, you can try it with those. Okay, I just picked up 2 seed beads because I did 3 there, and now I have to pass through this bead, coming through, and then I have to pass back down through these 2. Pull that tight. Now I'm going to do 3. Slide these down and go through this 4mm bead here. Okay, and then I have to pass back through these 3 beads again. I have 1 more to do with this 1 string, and then I'm going to do the last one with both of my strings together. Okay, so I'm making sure that's tight. This is what I have so far. It's pretty. I did 3 beads in that row, yeah? Yeah, now I have to do 2. And then the last one will be with 3 beads, but I do that with both strings. And then we go straight onto our ring band. Okay, so now I have to pass through this one here. I actually have these oval faceted beads that have 2 holes in my bead stash, but they're not Czech. I think I got them from Walmart. a bead strand on clearance. I wonder if I could use those in this ring. See, there's just too many ideas, too many things to play with, and it takes a lot of time to do all this, so I have to tell you guys about it since I can't get to it, and maybe you could try it for yourself. And if you do, you gotta show me pictures. And for some reason, I don't get notifications for Facebook, so when you post pictures and you talk to me on Facebook, I don't get notifications for that, but I do for Instagram. I don't know what the deal is. So if you really want to get my attention, Instagram is the place to go. Okay, so I was talking and I didn't tell you what I did there, but I picked up the last 3 beads. Okay, this is the center of our bead. You could see the 2 strings right there. Pass through the 3, bring them down like this, and now I have to pass these strings through this bead here, and then we can do our ring band. Looks like my red marker has already come off. Seems like it's always the red one that comes off first. Okay, now I'm going to go through the same bead, but in the opposite direction with my other string. I almost had it and then I pulled it out. Okay, there it goes. Okay, just like this. Pull tight. Pull both tight. And there we go. So pretty. I love these, what are they called? Laser etched beads? They're so cool. And look great with this. Okay, now for the ring band. I'm just going to do the easiest ring band that I know. This one here. I'm going to put the bronze seed beads in the gaps. Okay, so to do this ring band, I'll flip this over. We're going to pick up 2 seed beads on each string. Slide them down. Did I drop one? I think I dropped one. Slide them down. And then pick up another 2 and crisscross through these. So you have this. Do it again. 2 on each string. Pick up 2 more. And crisscross through these. Just like that, very simple. Two again. Oops. Wait a second. Oh, I was supposed to have that one. I thought I accidentally moved the one bead from the right to the left. But it didn't. So as you can see, this is very simple. I've done this ring band several times. And I think that I actually have over 50 beaded ring tutorials. So go check out my beaded ring playlist. There is a lot in there. And every time I wear a beaded ring, you guys ask me to make a tutorial on it, and chances are I already do have a tutorial on it. You just have to go to my playlist. Okay, very simple. I'm gonna do this one more time. 2 seed beads on each string. Pick up 2 and cross through it. Okay, I'm going to keep going doing this until my ring band is long enough, and I'll be back. Alright, now I'm going to attach my ring band to the other side, so I'm going straight across through this bead, and I got my tweezers out because I might need them to do this. I'm just passing through both ends through this bead here, just crisscrossing them. I have to do one at a time. Oh no, I went through the next bead too. Oh, I know what to do. So when that happens, I take my bead awl and I just grab that string. I have to find out which one it is because there's more than one. There's like 3 in here. There it is. Okay, I'm going to take this string now and pass it the same bead but in the opposite direction. I think I might also be passing to the next one. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Okay. Pull this down. Pull it tight. And there it is. I'm going to try it on real quick. Pretty. Okay. Now I have to fill in the gaps in my ring band. I always like to do this. See how it's like, it's not round? I don't like that. I like to be able to take my ring off and sit it down and it remain round, because that is the perfect beaded ring. When a beaded ring, when you can take it off and it does that, to me, that is the perfect design right there. I hate when it's like this, where it's like all floppy and wavy. It drives me crazy. Which some rings I make, I have to use Fireline, and I just have to tell myself, don't let it bother you that it's not round, because you have to use Fireline to make this design. I don't know, it's just, it's one of my weird problems. Okay, I'm going to pass through those 2 beads there, and I'm going to do the same on this side. By the way, I forgot to mention, because I am getting so old, even though I don't feel old, that this is another Beadventurous episode I'm doing here, because I'm doing a tutorial on a subscription box. It's one of my Beadventurous episodes. So picking up a seed bead, sliding it down, I'm going to pass through these 2 here, pop that bead into place, pick up another seed bead, pass through these 2 here, and I do this down the whole side of the ring, through these 2, another seed bead, and I go through these. Very simple. We're just filling in the gaps. I'm going to keep doing this, doing both sides, and when I get back and all of my gaps are filled up on each side, I will come back and show you how to finish the ring off. Alright, I went all the way around, filling in the gaps, and now I have this, and as you can see, the ring is round because we did that. Now, I'm going to take I'll use this. I'm going to take my monofilament and I'm going to pass through this druck here, and I'm going to tie a knot here. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, tie a knot here, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to tie a knot here, 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 okay? And then I'm going to pass my string through this bead, and I'm going to go down about, what is this, 2, 3, 9 beads, and come out here, and then I'll trim my string off, and I'll do the same on this side, tying a knot between beads. So there's actually going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 knots on each side, because I like to make my stuff strong and durable. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to do all of that in this video, but I just wanted to tell you I will be doing that off camera. So passing through a druck right there. Oh, and by the way, doing this, going this way instead of crisscrossing through that bead there, it's making our ring band more secure to the top of the ring. So we're not just connected to this bead. So if this bead breaks, we're going to be okay. The ring is not going to fall off because we're going through this direction and this direction, okay? Same will be over here. We're going to be going through this direction and through this direction on both sides of the ring. Hope that makes sense to you. That's a very good design tip right there. Okay, here I am. There is this gap that's in between my two strings right there. I need to make sure that I go in between that gap like this, so that my knot sits where it needs to be. If I don't have the knot in the right spot, it will warp the ring. Okay, and then I'm going to pass through this loop twice and pull this knot down. And pull the knot in this direction because we have to go in this direction through the next bead. Okay, so going through the next bead, and then before I tie the knot, I'm going to pull it, and this knot is going to disappear into this bead. So keep going, tying knots in between your drucks, and you'll be all done. And since I have the same ring made, I can now wear matching rings on each hand, which is the first time I think I've ever done this. And I do think there are some people that like to wear matching bangles, which I've always thought was awesome to have the same bangles on each hand. But now I can have matching rings, one on each hand. They're so cool. I really love how these look. And I am thinking about calling it sea serpent ring because that is like a snail or like a nautilus shell, and it looks like an eye with how I surrounded it with beads. It's just so cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a really fun, easy project, and I would like to try making this design with other large 2-hole beads. If you do, let me know. Show me on Instagram, Twitter, or Pinterest, or even, what's the other one I'm on? Facebook. Yeah, that one. This is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so you get notified when I upload new videos. And check me out on all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.